Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a great day. यानी कि आपका दिन बहुत ही बढ़िया रहा होगा. Anyways, आपने हमारा कल वाला वीडियो देखा था, वो था वॉल्वो के शोरूम में विदित के साथ, राइट? और आपने एक बहुत विंटेज वॉल्वो भी देखी थी. तो हमने सोचा क्यों नहीं हम लखनऊ में हैं और लखनऊ के बड़े फेमस डॉक्टर हमारे साथ है, डॉक्टर शोभित चावला एंड उनकी वाइफ, राइट? और इन दोनों के पास एक ही हाउस होल्ड में दो वॉल्वोज हैं, राइट? एक है XC60 और एक है V90, राइट? विच अब आप इंडिया में नहीं आती है. बट बिफोर वी गेट स्टार्टेड विद दिस वीडियो, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब, लाइक, शेयर, कमेंट और वो घंटा भी दबा दीजिएगा. एंड वील गेट स्टार्टेड बाय आस्किंग फर्स्ट. वैसे ये जो अगल बगल खड़े ना गाड़ी के, एक गाड़ी एक की है, एक गाड़ी एक की है. सो हम शुरू करते हैं शोभित सर से. डॉक्टर शोभित, आप एक बात बताइए कि आपके पास है ये V90 विच इज़ अबाउट 5 years old, राइट? एंड आई थिंक अब वो इंडिया में आती भी नहीं है, राइट? सो व्हाट गॉट यू टू दिस कार?
Well, in 2017, Volvo opened a showroom in Lucknow.
Right.
And the showroom owner was my best childhood pal from nursery,
Okay.
Sandeep Narayan.
जी.
I took a test drive. He convinced me this is a beautiful car. Before that, I used to drive a BMW 5 Series,
Right.
which also I had bought from his
SP.
BMW agency.
Yeah.
So, his dealership. So, when I drove this, I was absolutely bowled over by the driving experience. Between this, it was far superior to what I had experienced with the BMW ever.
Right.
I loved the safety features. I loved the feel of the car and the pep of the car.
Right.
That's what got me to go ahead and buy this car.
Right. तो ये I'm assuming is 6 cylinders, right?
Yes.
6 cylinders की गाड़ी है, right? And that is why I think Volvo had now stopped manufacturing of this car or producing it in India.
They are only making 2000 cc cars now. It's one engine for XC90, XC60 and XC40.
Right, right. Now we'll go to the opposite side, and it's very interesting, right? Usually, और off the camera भी यहाँ पे एक debate चल रही थी क्योंकि ma'am is deciding to buy a third car and they're going to swap out something. Oh, anyways, वो internal है. But there was an interesting debate because I think, ma'am, how did you come upon XC6?
We had to change our car and upgrade the model. So I had a couple of cars which I had test driven,
Right,
and so this is what I found the best.
right.
I can name the other cars, but I wouldn't want to. But
Right.
This I found very peppy. The pickup was super.
So
And
your deciding factor, was it because you already had a Volvo in the family?
No, nothing like that. Not at all. It just happened. It was coincidental, but the feel of this car, it's so light because you don't even you can drive for about say 200, which I have driven about 300 kilometers.
Wow.
And you didn't even, we didn't even realize that we had driven so much. It's
Right.
such a light and it's such a sturdy vehicle, safest on
For
the
what
roads.
it looks like, I
Yeah.
mean, it looks bulky, but it is the most
No,
easiest to
it's
drive.
the easiest. It's very, very user friendly.
Acha, overall, both of you own a Volvo, right? So do you ever exchange notes?
Yeah. No notes, but he's always driving this one.
Other
He
than
finds this
I
more
love.
convenient.
I like driving the V90 also.
Yeah.
I love. It's got the same genes as a S90, which is a beautiful sedan.
Yes.
And the same interiors, the same looks, excellent music, and very good. Yes, so XC60 is an improvement. It's actually a Google car
Yeah.
with all the
Bells and
amenities.
whistles added onto it, right?
So, but overall, Volvos have been a very excellent experience, and the service backup is excellent in the city.
right. Acha, now I'll just come to a point, right? Obviously, baat hai having the two Volvos. Have you guys ever taken it out for a long route? You know?
Yeah, we've driven to Delhi and back.
Wow. Okay.
V90, we've driven to the mountains many times.
Right. Mountains like Manali.
well, No,
Nainital.
Uttarakhand mountains,
Okay. All right.
and even lost our way and gone through village roads on it
Yeah.
at times.
I'm guessing you're using Google.
Yes.
Yeah. See, we just did a little bit of a tour ourselves, and a series have been wind up now. First half of it. And it's interesting where Google can put you, right? Between villages and the little curvy roads. But, we go so fast in our life that we even forget that these places existed and they're untouched. And we really, really
This
love
old man has traveled a lot, been to a lot of places, but looking at the 5 years, it's still going
No
strong.
trouble at all.
No problem.
No trouble
No
at
problems.
all.
Okay. Now I'll come back to you, ma'am. And interesting point is because I would say that is a little bit like Sir said, that it's got the most sedanish DNA to it, right?
Yeah.
This has got the SUV-ish, more boyish kind of for this thing. And when Sir did say that this boy, you did point out girl, right?
No, the cars are referred to as girls, right? Beasts.
Technically yes and technically
Yeah.
no, you know. But Acha ma'am, now being a woman driver and even off camera, I know Sir did say that you are the most person who drives this car. Do you find it hard when you're going into tight spaces, or
Not
does that bother you?
No, not at all.
No, it doesn't.
I've
You've
been an
a
SUV
Scorpio
person.
driver.
Initially,
Wow.
when I had a choice between my cars when we couldn't afford such
Luxury
cars, so I always had a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Mahindra was also very surprised at how
Yeah.
come second time I'd come to buy yet another Scorpio.
Scorpio. Now this is the first we're having on this channel, and I've come across many women drivers, and generally I always say women drivers are one of the best drivers in the world, and on the contrary, whatever the myths are, but this is the first time I'm coming across. No, I'm serious. I actually, my wife, she drives and she drives really well, but I'm coming across the first woman to actually drive a Scorpio.
Yes, and I loved it because in India, I think say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when women were on the road, not that down south, and I lived in Hyderabad. So the minute you have a little bit of a fierce-looking car, people are scared of you.
Yeah, and stay
So
on.
you rule the road.
Yeah.
And I like that. I hate to be, shunned around by people. So people had their Jags and their fancy cars.
The
and there
macho
would-
car.
My Scorpio would sail to everything where they said, okay, let her go, let her pass.
Plus, she would also carry goods for her interior work
Wow.
in the boot.
Wow. Wow.
My work also, I kind of benefited
it
by
benefited.
keeping
Yeah, I mean,
it is a proper SUV.
It is,
Ser-
it is.
Service utility.
It is. It is one of. I think it's imbibed into the history of India. The Scorpios and the Tata Safaris are imbibed into its memory now, and they're not bad cars, right?
Not
They're
Very
truly not
safe
bad.
cars.
Very safe
Beautiful
cars.
car.
Now let's come back. Moving on with the Volvo, right? What's the best feature that you love about your car? Like
The
it's
speed.
it's the speed.
Not that I speed much because age kind of slows you down.
You're right.
But the pickup is beautiful.
It is beautiful
Pickup is really lovely.
for a petrol engine.
Yes.
It's just
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Acha, a lot of questions will be around because it's a Google car, like Sir said, right? So, how fast does the technology actually integrate with your
No,
lifestyle?
Well, that is my drawback. I'm not a tech savvy person.
Okay.
So for me, the radio, the music is what I am very fond of, and that's about it.
That's about it. And it's
I-
just the drive,
Yes,
right?
it's the drive.
She doesn't realize I put on Apple Music many times on it
Yeah.
because I have integrated very well to it.
Yeah.
I
Just coming to
have
that.
connected all her gizmos also to it. It's only I
But they
think
never work.
she has
Only
to no,
his gizmos.
she has to take the final leap and press a few right switches when she's in the touch the screen at the right place when she's in the car,
Right.
which I think just now is the hurdle.
It's the hurdle. Okay. Actually, guys, I forgot to mention in the very beginning of the video, मैंने ये तो mention किया था कि Sir is a renowned doctor, but Dr. Shobhit Chawla is also the foremost in ophthalmology, right? And in Lucknow, if you ever come to Lucknow and you talk to anyone, Dr. Shobhit Chawla ka naam definitely will not miss, right? So, sir, in having said that, of course, I just made out with your last statement that you had to integrate your technology for her. So you have loved your Volvos because of the technology as well, I'm guessing.
Yes,
right?
technology and the safety features.
Yeah. The
I
ADAS,
love it when it
ADAS.
tells me when another car is next door and next to me and it beeps.
Stop,
The-
stop.
the-
Warning
yeah.
when it brakes on its own.
Yeah.
I love these features.
The
I think
forward
they're,
collision warning. And,
in our
yeah.
chaotic traffic, they are great features.
On the
And
contrary.
also another thing, 24/7 he has his patients calling him.
Right.
So for him, the absent-minded person when he's so engrossed,
The
in-
attention moves away
yes.
from the
So
road.
for him, it's very
No,
very
it
safe,
doesn't.
and I'm also
Well,
very
the
happy.
car reminds you
Yeah.
that your attention is moving off.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
Both the cars have that also.
Yeah, I mean,
Feature.
and I think Volvo was the first to come out with those features. I remember when in Australia I had my XC40, and it was quite impressive because back in those days, and this is about 10 years ago I'm talking about, I think Volvo was the first very company to introduce the ADAS features, which is adaptive driving assist system, to the drivers. And it was quite impressive back in those days also, because in heavy Melbourne traffic, when you're driving, sometimes your attention does veer off and the pedestrians are crossing. The car just pulls the brake and just like, it's not going to move. It's very safe. And one thing, thing, I don't know if you guys know this about your Volvos. It's not only safer for the people driving or are in it, for not only passengers but also the external. In fact, Volvo is the only company in the world that has an airbag for forward collision of any pedestrian. So if a pedestrian was hit, there is an actual airbag that pops out to save them being, on your windshield or a harder impact. Well, that's knowledge for you. That's the first, right?
That is knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Volvo, and that is something that I appreciate about Volvo. They don't sing their praises that much कि लोगों को पता रहे कि हमारे पास ये भी है. But that is a feature, and Volvo is always that. And interesting था sir कि जब हम Volvo के showroom में थे, and with it, we are talking about a 1959 Volvo, which is parked out there, right? Think about it. That time they had seat belts, and they were called crazy for it. Seat belt कौन सा feature है, कौन use करेगा? But it's become a prerequisite. Any car company today has to have seat belts in it.
And I think they're making seat belts mandatory for the back passengers.
Absolutely. I mean,
think
in Indian,
the Scandinavian design. See, the Italians were the kings in designing cars.
of course,
I think Volvo was the first car which was designed in Scandinavian countries
yes,
and in Sweden.
yes,
I think it's those features they have struck to their design.
yes,
And they are definitely technology leaders in a lot of industries.
absolutely,
In oil and natural gas, in ecotourism,
Yep.
and in this.
absolutely. So coming back to the Volvos, I think one of the things that I have been very impressed over the years, and growing up on Volvo, my mother used to have a station wagon, Volvo station wagon, the original one,
Yeah.
right? And what I've seen with Volvo is they very silently set a standard for others to follow. May it be in any field, technology, or it is how the drive handling goes, or how the safety features. And safety has always been the forefront of Volvo, no matter what model they have actually gotten, right? And I really must thank you guys for giving your time today. I know you're very busy,
No.
all right?
Always nice to talk to young people like you who are so energetic, so well informed, and so widely traveled.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And we really appreciate, ma'am. Even you are so busy. Having you both under the same kind of schedule is very tough. I was made aware of that before I even initiated my conversations with you. So, in having said that, I must thank you guys for your time today. But think about it, right? It's food for thought. अगर आप एक प्रीमियम सेगमेंट की गाड़ियाँ देखते हैं, and you can just about believe this, that you have in the same family, you have two of the best cars and they're of the same brand, and that tells you a lot about how it. I'm sure, I know you must say, okay, this was a coincidence, but having a Volvo in the family might have somewhere steered that thought process
Oh,
to
yes,
having
definitely.
that second second Volvo. That confidence comes.
I think my third car, when I change the V90, will also be a Volvo.
I know we were having that debate off the camera, and I think I stepped in. By the way, guys, I stepped into something that I shouldn't have. But, anyways, आज की वीडियो के लिए बस इतना ही है. Do take good care of yourself, and please subscribe, like, share, comment, and वो घंटा भी दबा दीजिएगा. We will see you in the next video now. Bye.